Colonial Pipeline has just paid a ransom of over $5 million after its systems were shut down by hackers. As a result, gas prices are skyrocketing. The FBI reported that the group responsible for the attack goes by the name of Dark Side and are based out of Eastern Europe. Nearly anything or anybody connected to the internet is vulnerable to hackers. This is why I highly recommend Virtual Shield VPN. With Virtual Shield, you can hide your identity and help keep your information secure while browsing the internet. Take advantage of their 30-day free trial with an extended 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to https://bit.ly/safewithstill in the description box below to get 30% off for the next 24 hours. Good Father's Day afternoon. I'm still reporting on the coup. The truth about the coup and its many wide-ranging tentacles is now coming out like an information fire hose. So every Sunday, it's good to sit down and see how Maria Bartiromo sums up the previous week. This week, her first topic was the media's approach to the COVID outbreak and its many aspects. She opened by playing a clip from her interview with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis concerning big tech's role in perpetuating false narratives on COVID, at the same time as they prevented others, many of them the most qualified medical researchers in the world, from spreading the truth.
The issue with big tech is unlike anything we've seen. They have massive amounts of power. These are monopolies that are much stronger than the monopolies of the early 20th century. They control, in effect, a handful of companies, a huge percentage of the political speech in this country. And so I think when you have situations, they're not just censoring based on partisanship. Obviously, we've seen conservatives be censored. But when they're censoring things about some of the most important issues that we've ever addressed, how COVID started, whether lockdowns work, you know they're really doing damage to society.
On this morning's show, Maria started off with Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee.
The fact of the matter is, hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives because of the politicization of COVID. And I would personally much rather put my faith in doctors like Dr. Corey, Dr. McCulloch, Dr. Fareed, that also testified before my committee. These doctors that have the courage and compassion to actually treat patients. And my plea to Americans is go on other social media sites. This information isn't 100% suppressed. If you get COVID, seek a doctor that will actually treat your disease, because there is treatment for it. But no, Maria, the lies being told, the false narratives across the board in instance after instance is affecting our politics. The media got their guy elected, and now they're not going to admit that they've been wrong. And it's going to continue to cost people lives.
I was looking at a research report from Morgan Stanley, and Morgan Stanley is estimating that Pfizer could earn $100 billion from vaccines, okay, in the next 5 years, $100 billion from vaccines. Now, I just have to point out that had we had other treatments early on in the pandemic, that would have negated the opportunity to use emergency use authorization. Isn't that true?
Yes, and that is absolutely true. And that may be one of the reasons why these alternative early treatments were suppressed.
Did you hear that? Investment bankers Morgan Stanley just estimated that just Pfizer alone could earn $100 billion from COVID vaccines alone. It's just common sense to realize that a lot of money is going to be spent trying to get a slice of that huge vaccination pie by Big Pharma. And that no doubt includes efforts to suppress the safety and efficacy of cheap legacy treatments, which are thousands of times less expensive. Maria then listed the top 6 lies during this coup d'etat against the Trump administration.
But, Senator, this is just one of many lies. Let's take a look at the biggest lies of all. Since the Democrats came up with this ridiculous big lie about election integrity, these are actually the biggest lies. The Russia hoax based on a made-up dossier to try to take down Trump. An impeachment of Trump with absolutely no crimes attached to it. The Hunter Biden laptop and all of his business deals and the money that he received from everybody from the former Moscow mayor's wife to the Chinese companies tied to the Chinese Communist Party, the origins of COVID-19, a lab leak, and the treatment. And then, of course, there's the armed insurrection. Armed insurrection is what Nancy Pelosi keeps calling January 6th, Senator. How many guns were actually taken up on that day, since she says it was armed?
Well, by the way, they always talk about thousands of armed insurrectionists. I asked the FBI witness, not one gun was recovered either in the Capitol or on the Capitol grounds, according to that FBI witness. So that's just one of the latest big lies. And, you know, Maria, we have to understand how dangerous this is for our democracy. Everybody's concerned about Russian interference in the 2016-2020 election. What the big media does, it is so much more influential and interfering in our election, in our electoral process than anything that Russia or China could ever hope to accomplish. And they don't admit it. They'll never admit it.
It's hard to rank the seriousness of these lies. Yes, without election integrity, the entire framework of our civilized society will soon be completely destroyed, and we will quickly devolve into the law of the jungle. We are seeing this already in the big blue metro areas. However, according to Senator Johnson, more than 100,000 Americans died needlessly because critical information about safe and effective legacy drugs was deliberately withheld from the public since COVID burst on the scene in January 2020. There has never been a time like this in previous American history, and one thing is for sure, this will all come out in the near future. Maria then lashed out at the censorship cabal, which has criticized her from getting out the truth over the past 16 months.
I am so incredibly proud of this team on Sunday Morning Futures and of working alongside you. We have been telling every story. We've been on the right side of it for 7 years going. I've been trashed every day along the way. Keep trashing me. I'll keep telling the truth.
I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day. Gold and silver have stood the test of time. They give stability in times like these. Start an IRA this month with Noble Gold and you'll get a 1/10 ounce gold bullion American Eagle coin. You'll be growing thousands of extra tax-deferred dollars in your fund over the years, safely and steadily. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com.